Hello and welcome back to the LifeSketchess channel. I am here with you in part 2 of Tasha's love story. I'm here to tell you the continuation of my story from the previous video. Yes, my lustful relationship with Morgan 1 was full of excitement. Every week we were going on new escapades, traveling all over the country and having fun. Life with him was full of excitement and fun as if it would never end. But after he separated from his wife, the excitement of our relationship started to fade for me. Morgan, in fact, had lost none of the charisma he had when we first met. In fact, he was such a nice man, making gestures that made me feel like the happiest woman in the world. After he separated from his wife, Morgan took a course at a private cooking school in New York so that we could build a happier home and earn better money. He was such a thoughtful man that one night he would drive unannounced from New York to Boston, only to give me a bouquet of roses, a kiss on my forehead, and then drive back to New York. He loved me that much. But this love was slowly starting to tire me out. One gets bored with what one has too much of and wants what one lacks. I think this was exactly my situation. Of course, I was also slowly developing feelings for Morgan 2, our manager at work. Morgan 2 was also married and a very charismatic man. When Morgan 1 was in New York, I spent a lot of my free time with my manager, Morgan 2, during lunch breaks, and I started to develop feelings for him involuntarily. Time passed. I introduced Morgan to my family, and I met his family, and we were about to get married. Morgan had come back to open a fancy restaurant in Boston and was trying to be with me every minute. He was smothering me with his love. I was looking for an opportunity to talk to him about ending our relationship, but I couldn't find one until the day before the restaurant opened. I pulled myself together in the morning and told him I wanted to break up. Of course, when I told him I wanted to break up on the very day he was opening the store, I met a man I'd never met before. He called me a lot of things. He called me insults that you don't say to a woman, and then he kicked me out of the store. I was so angry. He had no right to treat me like that. After wandering the streets crying like that for a while, I called Morgan. I started crying. He came to me without asking any questions, picked me up in the car, and we went to the forest. I told him what happened there. What happened with Morgan and the beating I got. I confessed to him openly, actually, I like you. I love you, not Morgan 1. So there in the car, he said, I like you a lot too, but how can that be? You're my friend's love and I'm married. It's not right, Tasha. Yes, I like you. I want you. But before she could finish, I pressed my lips to hers after the last but. We kissed each other without breathing for a while. Then he slowly started kissing me down my neck, grabbed my hips with his hands, and took me on his lap in the car. And he quickly took off my clothes, and our bodies became one. Yes, I said in my previous story that I was very happy with Morgan 1. But this was something else. Experiencing this with Morgan, the pleasure his hands gave me when they touched my body, the feelings I had when I was locked in his embrace. I couldn't let this go. This man was mine, and I had to be his. Of course it wasn't easy. Everyone would judge me, but I didn't care. As time went on, Morgan became lovers with every woman he met. I felt bad when I saw him with others. Without anyone knowing, I was texting him, confronting him, trying to break his relationship. When I saw him break up with his girlfriend, I went back to Morgan 2. That innocent, quiet girl was gone. I was living everything the way I wanted to. I didn't care what other people thought. A few years passed. Morgan 2 separated from his wife. Just a week after he left his wife, he had a wedding with me. He married me without waiting, as if he was tired of what had happened to Morgan. Yes, I had married her, but I couldn't forget the way Morgan 1 kicked me out of that shop. I would show up at her restaurant from time to time to see how she was doing. She would break down. She would fall apart. I wouldn't let her get back together and have a proper relationship with her. I didn't know why this had happened and how I had become so cruel to her. Did these actions make me a bad person? I don't know, but I couldn't help myself. I didn't deserve this kind of thing. Anyway, after a few months, I got pregnant and I was going to have a child. I was so happy. I can't say that my life with Morgan too was going very well, because after I got out of that relationship that made me feel the happiest woman in the world, who loved me with pure feelings, who made gestures to me, who made me feel the happiest woman in the world, I was angry with myself. Why did I leave Morgan one? As I saw that this man was a person who did not know how to treat a woman, who did not understand the female soul. Of course, as my pregnancy progressed, Morgan 2's behavior towards me became very bad. He was physically abusive and verbally insulting me. He drank alcohol all the time and acted like I was an asshole. Why was he like that? I just wanted to be happy. I didn't want much in this life. I wanted a happy marriage, a happy family, to live in peace. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't be happy. I wanted more and more, and I lost the beauty I had. Opportunities were gone. Morgan married another woman and opened a 3-Michelin-star restaurant in New York. He became one of the most famous chefs in America and had 2 adorable sons. He was now living a life that had always been a dream for both of us, with another woman. And I was devastated to see that happy family picture in the newspapers every day. I was living a miserable life, beaten by Morgan 2, living in squalor, living a disgraceful life, and even continuing my life as a woman addicted to drugs. Now, did I really deserve all this? How did I end up in this situation when I was a woman who was just trying to be happy? And what should I do to get out of this situation? If I appear in front of Morgan again, will he accept me? Would he leave everything behind and build a new life with me? This is how my story ends. I want you guys to give me ideas and help me. I need to get out of this situation.